Ooh, well, it is almost here. I wish they would just play the game tomorrow, really. Because I am ready now. As you can see, I'm fully dorking out here with the Buckeyes gear. And, I feel like it's going to come down to defense this year between these two teams. And possibly the defenses are going a little bit in different direction. While Michigan was very dominant on defense most of the year. And yeah, I can't go through the whole video not saying Michigan. I mean, that team up north, maybe occasionally somehow dropping the M and ichigan. I'm sorry, I can't do it. So, especially when they've had two W's in a row. All right, so the defense has been mostly dominant, except for the last few games. Now, while they're still winning, and it's not like they're giving up a ton of points, 24 points to Maryland, 13 and 15 to Purdue and Penn State, respectively. A lot of similarities in the schedule, maybe a little leaning towards Ohio State. They did have the win at Notre Dame, while it was just a close 3-point victory. They also played Wisconsin at Wisconsin. Michigan totally avoiding Wisconsin. Non-conference, neither team really did much to speak of. The Buckeyes did have the one big explosive game where they put up 63 points. Playing against Michigan State, Michigan 49-0, Ohio State 38-3. I know it's hard to do Big Ten math like that. And but there are some comparisons there on the schedule. Maryland, I think that was the Buckeyes' most points allowed all year. Same with Michigan. Pesky little Terps, those Maryland. And so now here we are. It's going to probably come down to the defenses. Michigan's got their, on offense, Michigan's got their best quarterback that they've had in quite some time, 10 plus years, maybe longer. And Ohio State has Marvin Harrison Jr. So, kind of levels things out. Both teams can run the ball. It's nice to see TreVeyon Henderson finally healthy, looking like his 2021 self, and playing in the game this year. And so on defense, though, wow, it's obviously, any fifth grader could tell you the Buckeyes just cannot give up the big plays. They give up multiple big plays in a game, they lose. It's pretty much that simple over like the last decade, really. 55-yard touchdown passes, 60-yard runs, multiple passes of 30 and 40 yards throughout. Just cannot have that. And maybe one somewhere sneaking in there, a busted somehow, some way. You give up a long one, no big enough special teams, make your field goals, probably going to be held. This is the way Ohio State can win. They're going to need maybe even Tate, the freshman wide receiver, making a big play, or Julian Fleming. Obviously, you're going to have a lot of attention paid to Marvin Harrison Jr. You got Cade Stover. He's good at he can maybe get one in the end zone. Buckeyes are going to need a few touchdowns. They can't allow every drive to stall in field goals. And, as far as Michigan goes, obviously they're going to just need to mix it up. If they're looking for big plays, especially early, if they can hit some big plays throwing the ball downfield early, doesn't even necessarily have to go for a touchdown, just to get the Buckeyes to take a little step back. And then I think Michigan and the offensive line can kind of do their thing. Thinking low scoring overall. Both defenses, while this will be they've both, while Ohio State's been tested a slightly more, this will certainly be the biggest test for both defenses. And like I said, there has been a little step back for Michigan here recently. Nothing glaring, but I mean, they were giving up single digits all year. I think maybe somebody put up a 10 spot. Minnesota put up a 10 spot on them, though. Other than that, it was a lot of zeros and sevens. Now, Ohio State's defense, on the other hand, since the second half of the Rutgers game, which obviously they went on to win, they've given up back-to-back 3 points against, Michigan State and, Michigan State and Minnesota there. So, and poor Sparty. 2 games this year, Michigan 49-0, Ohio State 38-3. I think I already mentioned that, but, let's dump on Sparty a little more while they're down. Lots going to be changing in the Big Ten soon. And this is all working out perfectly. Both teams undefeated. Playoff spot very likely on the line. I don't feel like it's going to be last year where Ohio State's able to lose this game and still sneak into the playoffs. While I would love to see I wouldn't mind seeing an Ohio State victory and Michigan still get in. What is starting to concern me, though, is I'm looking down to the Southwest a little bit. And I'm seeing Alabama quietly just keeps winning and keeps winning. Now they're going to play Georgia in the SEC title game. And if they win that, they're certainly putting them in the top 4. I think they're plus 700 right now to win it all. It's not a bad bet. All right, so Final score predictions, huh? That's what we're all here for. I mean, I've rambled on for 5 minutes about things. Haven't even mentioned the coaches' names. Ryan Day, of course. Boom. He needs to get a W, all right? And the way they're going to do it is, like I said, a big play from TreVeyon Henderson. One of those underlooked, overlooked, I guess. Underlooked. Overlooked? Yeah, overlooked. They're not, you're looking like, where are they? There's Julian Fleming and Carnell Tate, the freshman wide receiver. One of those guys needs to make a play, even if it's not a touchdown, 30, 40-yard reception. Take some heat off of McCord. Same thing with Henderson. That's why Henderson needs to break a long one. If it's not like a 70-yard touchdown, a drive where maybe he busts off 65, 70 yards on 2 or 3 carries, something like that. Something like that. So take a little pressure off of McCord that way as well. The other guys, the skill players, the guys that have been brought there to score touchdowns need to do it. Don't really want to see the field goal kicker a lot. Probably going to see the punter. Probably going to see both punters a lot. All right, let's get to the final score. We've gone on for another minute here. Ohio State's going to get it in the end zone 3 times. They're going to kick 2 field goals, 27 Ohio State. Now, what's Michigan going to land on? Luckily, once it gets inside that 25, 30-yard line inside the red zone, Michigan is going to struggle. The Buckeyes defense can buckle down, stop the run, hold them to field goals. 27-20, Ohio State. Boom. All right, it's a little bit of a homer pick. No, it's not, actually. Ryan Day's going to get it done. No homers here, man. Boom, we're out of here. Should have just stuck with the... Should have just flexed, hit you with a boom, and got out of here. Not admitted that I'm really shitting my pants. Like, we can't lose 3 in a row. At least the khakis won't be there. Does he still wear khakis? I don't even know. I don't watch those guys.